I travel for work, hotels every week, different cities, same routine. Check in, drop the bag, sleep, leave. But there's one hotel I can't go back to. It was a Marriott in Columbus, Ohio. Nothing special. 14 floors, business travelers, a Starbucks in the lobby. The kind of place you forget the second you leave. I checked in around 11 p.m. after a delayed flight. Room 1408. I know. I've heard the jokes, it's just a number. The hallway on the 14th floor was longer than it should have been. I didn't think about it at the time. You don't measure hallways, you just walk them. But looking back, it took me nearly 2 minutes to reach my room. A straight hallway, 2 minutes. I swiped my key. Green light, went in, normal room, king bed, desk, view of a parking garage. I brushed my teeth, set my alarm for 6, and got into bed. I woke up at 3:12 a.m. I know the exact time because I checked my phone immediately. Something had woken me. A sound, not loud, just wrong. Footsteps in the hallway, but not normal footsteps. They were too slow, too deliberate, like someone placing each foot with surgical precision, and they were getting closer. I lay still. Hotels are noisy. People come back drunk. Luggage rolls. Ice machines hum. This was different. The footsteps stopped, right outside my door. Then, a knock. One single knock. Not aggressive, not timid. Mechanical. Like a machine testing a surface. I didn't move. Another knock. Same force. Same rhythm. Like a metronome. Then silence. I got up. Looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty. But it wasn't dark. Hotels keep hallways lit 24/7. This hallway was lit. I could see every door, every carpet pattern, the ice machine at the far end. But the hallway was wrong. It was longer than before, much longer. I could see doors stretching away from me in both directions, dozens of them, maybe hundreds. The hallway shouldn't have been that long. The building isn't that wide. I blinked, looked again. Normal hallway. 8 rooms on each side, the elevator at the end. Normal. I went back to bed, didn't sleep. The next night I was back at the same hotel, same room. I specifically requested a different room. The front desk said 1408 was the only available room on a non-smoking floor. Fine. This time I stayed up. Laptop open, working, waiting. 3:12 a.m. Footsteps, same pace, same deliberate rhythm. I was at the door before the knock came. I looked through the peephole the moment the footsteps stopped. A man stood in the hallway, facing my door. He was wearing a dark suit. His hands were at his sides. He was perfectly still. His face was wrong, not disfigured, not inhuman, just wrong. Like someone had described a face and an artist had drawn it without ever seeing one. The proportions were off by fractions. The eyes were slightly too far apart. The mouth was slightly too high. The nose was almost right, but not quite. He raised his hand, knocked once. That same mechanical knock. I didn't breathe. He tilted his head, slowly, like a bird examining something. Then he spoke. "I know you're watching." His voice was flat. No accent, no emotion, like a text-to-speech program from 2005. "Room 1408 is ready for your stay." I was already in room 1408. "Please proceed to room 1408. He turned and walked down the hallway, those same precise footsteps. I watched him through the peephole until he reached the end of the hallway. He didn't turn toward the elevator. He walked straight, into the wall. And the wall let him through, like a door that wasn't there. I checked out at 4 a.m. The front desk clerk didn't seem surprised. She printed my receipt without a word. As I was leaving, she said, "We hope you enjoyed room 1407. I stopped. I said I was in 1408. She looked at her screen, smiled politely. "There is no room 1408 on the 14th floor, sir. There never has been." I pulled up my confirmation email in the parking lot. Room 1407. My key card said 1407. The charge on my credit card said 1407. But I remember 1408. I remember the door. I remember the number. I went back 6 months later. Different trip, different hotel. Or at least I tried to book a different hotel. Every hotel in Columbus was full, except the Marriott. One room available, 1408. The confirmation email said 1408. I have the screenshot. I didn't go. I slept in my rental car at the airport. The next morning, I checked my email. The The confirmation now said 1407, like it always had. I've talked to other business travelers, the ones who do this every week. Most of them have nothing to share. But 3 of them went pale when I mentioned Columbus. One of them said he stayed in room 1408. He described the same hallway, the same footsteps, the same man. He said the man knocked 4 times on his door, not once, 4 times. And on the 4th knock, the door opened by itself. I asked what happened next. He said he didn't remember. He woke up in the lobby. It was morning. His bag was packed. His car was running in the parking garage. He had a scar on his wrist that wasn't there before, surgical, clean, like something had been removed or inserted. The 3rd traveler wouldn't talk about it. She just showed me her phone, a photo of a hallway, impossibly long, hundreds of doors, and at the very end, barely visible, a figure in a dark suit. The photo was dated 3 years ago. She said she took it from inside her room, through the peephole. But the photo shows the hallway from above, from the ceiling, like a security camera. She's never been back to Columbus, neither have I. But last week I got an email, a reservation confirmation. The Marriott in Columbus, Ohio, room 1408, checking in Friday. I didn't make this reservation. I called the hotel. They confirmed it. My name, my credit card, my loyalty number. They said I've stayed there 14 times this year. I haven't been to Ohio since that first trip. Someone is staying in room 1408, using my name, my face, my credit card. And every night at 3:12 a.m., they answer the door when the man in the suit knocks. I changed my locks last week. Not because of the hotel, because my Ring doorbell recorded someone arriving at my house. At 3:12 a.m., it was me, walking up to my own front door, in a dark suit, with a face that was almost right, but not quite.